So the president stressed he wants a return to calm. Are we there?
According to the Interior Minister, his deputy, who is in charge of domestic security, yes, he championed yesterday that public order has finally been restored. He said that while touring a regional police station. But speaking with someone who was present in the Elysee crisis meeting on Sunday night, which is effectively the same thing as those UK Cobra meetings, the president is throwing his support behind police, but is hesitant here to finally say that we are there, we have solved this problem, because he does understand that to balance things out, he does have to understand the anger of so many people in these communities. To be frank, you could say that we have been on the course to return to calm since Saturday night. Things have been easing here over the weekend as those additional officers were deployed. But understandably, the government didn't want to say mission accomplished until they were absolutely certain that they had a handle on this crisis.
And just give us an idea of we're used to sort of police presence when you're in and around France, particularly big cities. But what is the scale of the police presence right now?
It is a massive police presence, to the scale of some 45,000 additional officers taking to the streets. In the Paris region, it's amounting to about 7 to 10,000. The number has been thrown around and changed based on the day. But you'll really see it in places that matter, symbolic locations, government buildings, the Champs-Élysées, places that protesters would want to make a mark or symbolically oppose the state, which they feel has been something that has not seen their interests over several years here. I mean, you talk about the police presence being at the core of this problem, the fact that many of these young men who are protesting or causing these riots feel that the police are the problem, and that is the exact institution which they wish to oppose.
Mm. And how much damage has been caused? I mean, if you're walking around Paris, is it? Give us an idea of the scale of it.
If you're walking around central Paris, you won't see much damage. They have really stepped up the police presence to evade anything. But cities like Marseille or some of these suburbs outside Paris, notably Nanterre, which is where these riots originally erupted last week over the killing of that 17-year-old Nahel M. Well, the damage is to the tune of several hundreds of millions of dollars. And the French government and regional authorities as well are looking to put financial support measures together for looted business and hospitality venues to ensure that they are able to stand on their feet. What does that look like? Well, the finance minister announcing on Saturday that that would even mean that they don't have to pay their bills for several months while they just try and get things back into a position where they can say we are open for business again.
And just sort of the public sentiment. Whose side are they on?
I think that at this stage, it's the public agrees it's an absolute shame, and the government as well, that this 17-year was killed at the hands of police. And there is this feeling that there needs to be a serious amount of justice done there. But it's a very complicated, multifaceted issue because a lot of these boys who are causing the damage do feel that the police are using heavy-handed police tactics, and we see it time and time again. When they stepped up this police presence over the weekend and they were doing spot checks and stops of people on the Champs-Élysées, they were not stopping white young men. I spent an hour and a half there, and it was routinely men of Arab, Black, or brown origin who were being stopped by the police. Their relationship is so complicated. And so, as the police have stepped up security in the country to ensure that things don't get out of control here, well, they've done very little to have a dialogue or admit defeat or try and take steps to make this community feel that they are listening.